Today we're going to review how to set up a proportion. First, we have to recall some things that we know about proportions. A proportion is a comparison of two equal ratios. We use proportions when we know that the relationship is proportional. As we've learned in previous assignments, a relationship is proportional if the relationship can contain the point 0, 0, it has a constant rate of change, it can be drawn in a linear pattern, which means it looks like a line when it's graphed, and it has a constant rate of proportionality. We do that by taking the y divided by the x. Similar figures are always proportional relationships, and percent problems are generally proportional relationships. So how do you set them up? One way to set a proportion is comparing parts to a whole. We take part of a whole of one object, comparing it to the part and the whole of another object. Another way is with similar figures, is we take corresponding parts, A and B, and set them up as a ratio, and C and D, and set them up as the other ratio. Remember that corresponding parts are parts that are in the same general position. Another way is to set it up with things that are not similar but within the same ratio in the problem. In our example here about Bob's car, it gives us a ratio that Bob travels 45 miles in 15 minutes. So we take the known ratio that they give us, the relationship that both parts are known, and we set them as a ratio, 45 miles to 15 minutes. Then we fill out the rest of the information, remembering that since we put minutes on the denominator in our first ratio, we need to put minutes on the bottom or denominator of our second ratio.